worked out.
All right, and here we
are.
Let's do it again. Welcome to Funny Fun, everybody. Hey.
Let's get that energy.
Yes. This is going to be a fun show. There's some exciting things happening. But first, I'm just glad that we are here at the end of the week because this is a week that has been very, very long.
Oh, wait.
Yes, and to Anthony's point, the month.
We
had so many events, so many obligations, lots of fun, but a lot of work too.
So much. Like we had TEDx yesterday. So.
Yes.
Oh my God.
TEDx Detroit.
Yes.
That was live. Thanks for pulling up.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Lots of amazing speakers and everything.
A lot of the speakers and creators who, had great messaging,
great
inspiring
variety.
messaging. So
yes.
All that good stuff. So maybe we'll do it next
Book
year.
me next year, girl.
Yes. Pull up.
Well, joining us right now, there is a brand new spirit brand that is launching in the Detroit market.
Yes.
And, we all know him, the one himself, Ron Isley. But he's partnering with a great brand in itself, and who other than the one and only, Lazar, who joins us in the studio along with his business partner, Stephen Brown, who joins us this morning. We're going to get into what you all do. We'll be talking with Vanessa in just a moment as well, because Vanessa Braxton is a big player into the brand, and that's what's happening with Ron Isley. But we'll get more into that in just a moment. But first, talk to us about, what up, though?
Can I say that I'm super honored that you guys chose Detroit to be the first place to launch the brand. Like, that is very dope. What made you guys choose here?
Well, first of all, I am Detroit.
He is Detroit.
Period.
Okay. And because of, go
so
ahead.
it's because of you.
No, it's because of Vanessa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Vanessa, we are mutual. So Ron is a friend of hers, and I'm a friend of hers.
Mm-hmm.
And Vanessa is the plug, right? She don't let nobody tell you that, but she'll say it out loud. But she merged us basically. So she created a bridge for us to meet and provide the service that I provide for brands, and it just made sense to have him a part of the portfolio that we're building here, that I'm building here for Black brands. It's phenomenal, right? I think when she first told me about it, it was a secret. So she wasn't telling secrets. She was like, "Yo, I got this. Watch this coming, right?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." Then when she said it, I was like, "What?" Right. And then we launched him the tasting of the brand. It wasn't physically in stores at the time. We launched it in Brooklyn, where she's from, obviously, and it went over very well. So when I talked to him and his team, and it was like, "Yo, we want to do Detroit first." Yeah. So me and Vanessa set it up, made it happen through distributing, and he's here now, and he's literally sold out at the distributor already.
Wow!
And it literally doesn't go on sale until 1 o'clock today.
Goodness great.
So we missed it. We still can't get a bottle.
Well, shout out to Vanessa, especially with it being such a low number of Black players just in spirit in the spirit industry, period. And for you to have this awesome team of brown folks pushing this amazing brand. I think that's
I'm gonna speak when I say when we say team, we're a collective. Like this guy in that group, a whole thing. Like they're a whole thing. A whole $2.4 billion thing. Right? So I think we all started the same year. Literally, myself and Pronghorn, literally 2021, right? And when I launched the Taste of Black Spirits in May, they were setting it up. So it was already in the talks they were setting up, and I think it was official 2022.
22, yeah,
right?
April 22.
And then since that time, they've already, and I'll let him speak to that. I mean,
he
know what he got. I'm just excited. I'm like, go, Steve.
I mean, it's easy to get excited when you talk about generating wealth for the Black community. So as Lazar said, 2.4 billion. Repeat that number again. 2.4 billion in economic value for Black Americans in the spirits industry by 2032.
Wow.
So that is our mission. That is our goal. We're going to achieve it, and we're achieving it in multiple ways. So one way is on the investing side, where we'll be investing in roughly 57 brands by 2032. So investing dollars in them, putting capital, putting resources, know-how, making connections for them so they can grow their brands and scale it to wherever they want to be. Is it, becoming an exit brand? Is it a legacy that they want to pass down to their children? Whatever that may be.
And you talk through all of that with them?
Yeah,
Wow.
we talk through all of that with them. Like, we ask them what their goal is. Where do you want your brand to be in 5 to 10 years? Where do you want it to be in 10 to 15 years? How can Pronghorn help you along with that journey? And we have that, we have those conversations with them, and we help them throughout the way. And then on the other side, as big as it is investing in entrepreneurs and building that, we also have to have people in the industry that look like us too.
Yes.
So we know the disparities of what, Black Americans drink versus what we are in the workforce, and we're looking to change that. So another big eye-popping number is 1,800 Black Americans coming into the spirits industry by 2032. And that's at all levels, interns, executives, wherever you want to be. Finance, marketing, sales, supply, all of that. So
how can people learn more about
Pronghorn?
Yeah,
so I mean, 2 ways. First way is always, go to the website, pronghorn.co. It's also our same Instagram handle as well. So you can go to the website, you can learn more. You can see our impact report of what we did in our first year. So if you remember, I talked about 57 brands by 2032. In our inaugural year, we invested in 19 brands.
Oh,
wow.
So it's very doable.
Yeah, very doable. Very doable.
Now, are these brands like already established, or they are like, oh, this is what I want to do, and I don't know what to do, but I want to do it?
So I mean, some of them are, but we have no problems investing in pre-launch brands. So somebody that has an idea, they have a bottle, they have the liquid. They're also a candidate for investment as well. So some of the brands are already launched. Some of them are in the Michigan market that Lazar is, promoting and getting out there. So it varies. We have brands that started in 2017, brands that started in 2022, brands that are launching later this year. So we have the plethora of all across the board.
Let's get Vanessa in here now. So you guys are going to switch seats because we've been talking about her earlier, and just making this collaboration work with the Ron Isley brand. And are you guys calling it?
Well, he's calling it contagious.
Yeah, he's calling it contagious. Well, there is another official name for it. Yes.
Contagious.
Contagious.
Yeah, liquid gold.
Liquid gold. Yes.
Gold.
Yes, liquid gold.
Yes.
Welcome, Vanessa. But while we're getting Vanessa set up, so talk to us a little bit, Lazar, about Black Spirits legacy, because certainly, you're making collaborations, but you're building a foundation of getting more Black people involved in the business of spirits,
Right.
Because we know that 1% in the industry is the reflection.
Yeah. I think for me, where me and my team focuses on awareness, right? Focusing on how to be seen, right? So we run the market here. We take brands, we get them into the market that want to be in the market. We find placement, and when I say placement, I don't mean just 1, 2, 3. We out in the field every day. We're making phone calls every day. We're doing the unusual business. And I'll give you an example of unusual business. A couple weeks ago, I had a 2-minute meeting with the Arab Community Chamber of Commerce. 90% of the people in the room own liquor stores.
Wow.
So they gave me 2 minutes in that room to pitch the brands that I had that I thought that should be in their stores because I identified those stores in African American communities. So that's part of the job that that I'm able to do here based on the relationships that I've been building all this time. So I'll take a brand like Vanessa. Vanessa is one of my and Vanessa's she's a great. I don't even call her a client because she's like my sister, but she does not play.
Yes.
Yo, get it in here, get it in there. I'm like, I got you. Let me quarterback. But yeah, so that's part of our job. And the other part of our job, again, is making sure that even with our partnership with Pronghorn, like the first year when we kicked it off, we were just aligning brands and saying, yo, y'all should probably look at this because they came down, they were sipping. Y'all should probably look at this. I'm shooting emails every day to them, and they was like, okay, hold on, wait. some of those brands that I think we share probably 6 brands together in their portfolio and in my portfolio. I think we share the same amount of brands. Some of the same brands, and I think we believe in them the same way.
Wow.
I think there was a very interesting fact that you told us about Vanessa before we went live, and I just want our viewers to know. They have to know. So Vanessa, you are the first
African American woman distillery in the U.S.
That's a big deal. That is a huge
Absolutely.
deal.
Actually, Ursula said, I'm still the only black woman distillery
Wow.
and probably in the world that actually makes liquor.
Wow.
This is my 10th year.
Yes.
It's 10 years.
Thank you.
Yeah, figure.
So I've been in this game
Yeah.
for 10 years. So
The
it's pretty
inspiration
good.
behind saying, I'm going to do this.
Actually, it came out of the need in 1987 when I was in engineering school in college, making funky cold Medina campus.
Wow.
As a starving student, you know how it is, but you know, as an engineer, because my background is in engineering. I'm a retired structural engineer. I went to engineering school, yes. So for me, it was always about making something better. You know, and what way to do that while you're in engineering school when you don't have money to buy liquor?
Right.
Just make it.
That's good.
Exactly. We gonna pivot. We gonna improvise. We gonna find a way
Boy,
every time.
that basketball
I
team.
love that.
Let me tell you, back in the days, we got a story for days.
Oh, the hoops?
man.
Is that what they called it? Is that what they-
Sure. My husband went to college with me, and we used to. They was like, "Okay, what party we have?" And I was like, "I need money." And we got $1.32 between
Oh my
30
God.
people.
Oh my God.
Oh,
What a day.
Look, I gotta ask, working with Ron Isley, I
Yes.
mean, this is, this is a guy who's had career longevity. I mean,
Yes.
working in music,
Absolutely.
now launching a spirit brand, and
Launched. Yep.
Launched.
Launched.
Launched and sold out.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't even get about it.
you've been behind that. You
I
you
made
worked
it.
with him. You made it.
Yeah.
How did that? I mean,
How
explain.
did it all happen? I gotta thank my cousin Trina Braxton. My family are the Braxtons. Tony, Tamar, Trina, Twanda, and God bless the soul of Tracy. So me and Trina, we're all close. You know, this is my husband's family. You know, so they actually called Trina. You know, Trina Braxton said, you know, do you know of a distiller? Because we want to get a brand name. And she said, I sure do. You know, our cousin Vanessa Braxton makes liquor. We keep her in the cut.
Okay, out the way.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
But then, you know, she made the introduction, and I was hesitant because I don't like doing stuff with celebrities.
Fair.
Yeah.
You know, I got family in that.
Yeah.
So, but they were very serious about the business, and I'm very serious about what I do.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, they really want to have the legacy. And you know, have the license and have not just the brand, but have a business about it
Yes.
for a long time.
Right.
You know, and that was my, you know, okay, because you know, a lot of people want to get into this industry. It's not an easy industry.
It's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's not an easy industry, and not everybody's gonna make your liquor.
Yeah.
You know, there's only 10 black distillers that actually in the U.S. that actually distill. And I'm one of the few that actually make for other people. And I've been making for other people for a long time. Not just black, but white, you know, whoever. You know, I have a full production facility because that's my passion.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing it for so long, and it just gelled, you know, in terms of that. And I gave him, you know, I pulled from my barrels. I have barrels. And when he tasted, he said, that's contagious. I said,
Oh my
call
God.
it contagious. So it's
Yeah.
an XO brandy, but you know, underline it's the
Popular song of
contagious.
his as well.
Yes.
You know, just really brief final thoughts from the both of you about, you know, just really hoping to move this moving forward and upcoming events today.
Well, upcoming events. Let's start with upcoming events.
Yes.
So we have Park Place in Southfield from 1 to 3. I suggest you get over there early.
Right.
Yes.
Then we're at the Taste of Black Spirits, where you can literally taste over 80 African American owned spirit brands, and that's happening at the DoubleTree Hotel, downtown Detroit.
Oh.
Tickets available on Eventbrite. So that's the second part. Then the third, I think the last thing we're doing while he's here is Rivertown Meyer in Detroit, 48207. Right, that's where I'm from.
Okay.
3 to 5 over there with Marcus and them, and they'll have a great space for us over there.
Awesome. And briefly, how can people find out more about you?
Yes.
Oh, you can go to blackmama.com, BLACKMOMMA vodka.com, and you can say GB Distillers. You'll see all the information, and you can buy online too, because we ship out. But we don't ship out to Michigan because our products are in Michigan.
Yes.
Go pull up and get
So
it.
pull up at
and
Myers,
get it.
wherever you go get
Yes.
it.
Get it.
Okay.
Awesome, I love it. Lazar, thanks so much for coming through.
Thank you,
Thanks so
brother.
much for coming through. Vanessa, thank you so much.
Steve, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Absolutely.
you for having
You're
me.
watching Finally Friday. When we come back, we're going to be talking with artist Tony Whlgn. Oh, man, he's doing some awesome things, and he's got some great street murals. We'll talk about it, and we'll show it coming up in just a bit. You're watching Finally Friday live from Studio 1452. Back in just a moment.
She proud of me, so you know what's up. I feel like we made it. Look at all the love. You know what you want when you poppin'. Winning is a must, not an option. Mama, we on TV, singing, having fun. We ain't in the end yet, we're right on the cusp. You know what you want when you poppin'. Winning is a must, not an option.
It's Scony in the clouds. We about to kill it up here tonight.
Sing it with me now. We get the I feel like dancing on
like it's a little bit of a silo situation going on, but we're working towards learning how to get and become closer together by creating like things together. Essentially, like let's do something downtown, let's do something in our neighborhoods, let's do something wherever, at our homes, for real.
What do you think can help like encourage more collaboration or remove these silos? Because I think I could see that across the board, across industries as well. Like what could kind of create that space more here in Detroit?
I think just being an example. The only thing that I can say that got me this far is just being an example for the most part, and then allowing others to do what it is that they do with what they have. Because you can't always look at someone and think that you can do what they do with the resources that they have acquired or their experience and things of that nature. But start from scratch, you feel me? If you got a family, a group of friends, like put something together that you feel me, you can manage, and then watch it grow progressively with consistency and time for it.
Yeah.
And be patient.
We love this space and community that you've created. You know, you've been doing impactful community work for quite some time, and how does that inspire you to keep moving forward?
I got a kid now, so.
Oh,
yeah.
all right. How old?
My son, 3.
Oh,
Yeah, pandemic baby.
there you go.
Salute.
But just seeing him grow up every day is like, it's obviously a new chapter in not only my life, but it helps me to understand that there's always more to do. Like, it helps awaken not only my inner child, but helps me remember what it is that I got an interest in at the end of the day. Just by seeing what he has interest in. Oh, your favorite color is yellow? I think my favorite color is green. Thanks for reminding me. You feel me? Oh, you like cartoons? I do too. Like, let's see what we can do together. And then that collaborative idea as far as partnerships and brands go, we sit down as a team and then, let's reach out to Hasbro and maybe we can make a toy. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yes.
It's just having that idea and then letting that spark just go for real.
Just really,
Awesome.
really roll. I love that outside of your art, you're always open to just kind of communicate about how you feel, how art impacts you, how other people can use art, because I know that with the Neiman Marcus collaboration, you guys had like a men's mental health segment, a part of that, and I love how you roll in like serious social issues and things that affect us and our generation within your art. Is that something that's important to you?
Yes, very much so. Being a black man from the city of Detroit is very hard to be transparent and vulnerable at times, but like I said, you got to be an example. Sometimes you can show that vulnerability can be power, and it can be a driving force for change. But it takes practice, you feel me? You got to be able to show people that it's possible by trial and error, you feel me? But like I said, I can only be an example for not only myself, but my child at the end of the day. So if I can't do it, maybe he can do it.
Yes. I love it. The
Absolutely.
kids definitely listen. It pulls something out of you didn't even know was there.
You feel me?
Right. How can people learn and find out more about you, your work, what you're doing?
Keeping up with our social media. I got a website, TonyTonyTone.com.
I love that.
I'm mostly on Instagram. I post a lot of my stories. I got a Canada festival that I'm doing in Maryland.
Wow.
Okay.
We also have a fundraiser, October 13th at Spotlight.
Okay.
Donations, information will be coming out soon with more information.
All right, we'll just put it on our website.
Yes. Definitely
Awesome.
pulling up to Spotlight. That's
Yes,
my
we
spot.
love
I love how they
Spotlight.
embrace like the different artists exhibitions. Like they're super.
She put me on the spotlight.
Okay, Spotlight spot.
Let me correct myself. It's the 12th going into the 13th.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta get that right because it's what
Yeah.
time is it?
Was that
So
Thursday?
we'll be programming for 2 days.
Okay, awesome.
We have a space over in Island View, a building that we're working towards getting funding and just building up so it'll be winterized, so that way we can continue to work throughout the year.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
okay.
I like when you have the golf art display over at Midway in downtown. What was that, a year or two ago?
Now it's still down there.
It's still there.
Yeah, we
Nice.
actually just contracted another year to go through, so.
Oh.
Love that. Love that.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Treese. Treese did that build out. It's fine.
Yes, absolutely, man. Well, keep up the great work. We love when Achievers are just doing their
The
thing.
Cheers out here in these streets, just so y'all know, okay?
Tell me, good again, everybody. Thanks so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
Yeah, give it up, give it up. When we come,
Second.
when we come back, We'll be talking with the one and only Zaza about Detroit culture and community activism and a whole lot more. She's got a whole lot of personality. You don't want to miss it. Zaza coming up in just a bit. You're watching Finally Friday. We're back in a moment.
It's Scony in the clouds. We about to kill it up here tonight.
Sing it with me now.
She proud of me, so you know what's up. I feel like we made it. Look at all the love. You do what you want when you poppin'. Winning is a must, not an option. Mama, we on TV, singing, having fun. We ain't in the end yet, we're right on the cusp. You do what you want when you poppin'. Winning is a must, not an option.
Here's what's next. The smoothest, the most delicious brandy you ever tasted. I put my heart and soul into it, and I called it Contagious.
It's Scony in the clouds. We about to kill it up here tonight.
Sing it with me now.
All right, welcome back to Finally Friday. Woo, it's been a long week.
Oh my
Been a
goodness,
long
so
week.
long.
But
a long
despite
day.
that, we're
Oh,
gonna.
long episode.
Should have left you without a dope beat. Step two,
Oh my
step two.
See,
Okay.
see, that's why we
Y'all
have
know
you.
Aaliyah getting inducted in the R&B Hall of Fame tomorrow.
Praise
That's
the
she
Lord.
should.
Let's go, Detroit.
Much deserved.
Speaking of Aaliyah, actually, let's get to that in just a moment because I do want to follow back, but I also want to introduce our guest. We got the one and only media mogul, community activist, author, and a whole lot of more.
All the things.
Zaza!
What's the deal?
What is going
Welcome,
on?
Zaza. How are
It's good to
you?
finally have you on Finally Friday.
First of all, finally,
And you look
Right.
fabulous.
and so do you all. Okay, Black excellence.
You look
Yes.
good, girl.
Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of Aaliyah, so Aaliyah, of course, we went to school. We went to the same school that she attended, Detroit School of
Yes.
Arts. But did you all see that social media post that had all the different celebrities and what high school they may have went to,
Yeah.
or should have went to? If they would attend Detroit public schools.
Okay.
I've seen it
That's
in the past, not the
hilarious.
new one.
I haven't seen the new
Who
one.
was on there?
Well, of course, Aaliyah for DSA.
DSA, yeah.
Obviously,
But they had
obviously.
all these other celebrities like Beyonce. They said Beyonce went to Renaissance High School.
They put them
I
in.
don't know. I feel like she would be.
Detroit.
I feel like she would go to Cass.
Cass or DSA.
But she went to
Because
Renaissance
she was-
because she's on the Renaissance tour.
That would make sense.
Make it make sense.
Well, listen, I guess I went to McKinsey because I'm a Mac.
That
Right.
part. But no, I definitely see her as being Cass Tech or DSA.
Yeah.
I can definitely see it.
Period.
sure.
Yeah, I can see that. So welcome. So first of all, I started following Zaza. I don't even know, like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I said, dang, I love her energy. I love her personality. She's doing dope things in the community. Then we finally, it was the Detroit Public Schools Community District Gala. Just doing her thing with her mic and her camera and her light. And I'm like, who is she?
When you media, you really can appreciate somebody going and getting out the love by themselves. Making a name for themselves, getting in the rooms that they feel they deserve to be in, and you do just that.
And I'm like, she's a go-getter. Like, I feel like that's what great journalists, go-getters are. And so what inspired you to say, you know what, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make a way no matter what?
You know what? I started off in church. And I would be like the mistress of ceremony, getting up there, giving honor to the guy who's the head of my life, pastor, deacons, members, and friends. And that was the initial thing. And then being the oldest of 7, my mother and my father, we have 7 children. They have 7 children. I'm the oldest. Now I only got one. But I was the oldest. And so taking on those leadership roles, telling it like it is, you know what I mean? Which is also the reason why I said it, because so many people would talk about things behind the scenes and they didn't talk about it right when you needed to say it. And so a lot of times we end up missing opportunities to change the trajectory of each other's lives for the positive, for the better, if we say something. And a lot of times we'll see a whole situation and not say nothing. And we got to change that. And so I was like, you know what? My name's Jaja. My mom and daddy made me with love. I'm going to get out here and do it. Who said I couldn't? God said I can.
Somebody give me a mic.
You understand? I'm going to get
the mic.
And so I just started utilizing every opportunity to bring brand awareness to Black-owned businesses, people that were doing great things. And I feel like no shade to none of the other platforms, but they see and look at Black people in a different light. And so one of my biggest goals was to make sure that people saw what we looked like and we were doing some positive things. And so we needed that.
Black press.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I feel like Joshua was one of the first people when I moved back to Detroit that I was able to like meet and add to all my media lists. Can you come? Can you pull up? I got this Boys and Girls Club event. Like, she would come to everything and I was just like, you're phenomenal.
And you were so kind. And I think I tell you this all the time when I'm about to cry, because you know, y'all Black women be tripping. I said it. Before I take it back, I'm gonna add more to it. And it becomes a challenge, especially in the media and entertainment world, where it can be. And I am a firm believer that's what's for me. It's for me, baby. You can't have it
every time.
You can't. And you were so receptive to me. Andre was so receptive. I just met you, girl. You was receptive. You feel me? And so that was a beautiful thing, especially in the media and entertainment world, when we're sharing some of the same stories, bringing spotlights. We may not ask the same questions, but we're bringing light to something positive. And I just appreciate you for being such a welcoming woman, you know, especially, and congratulations.
You gonna keep giving this congratulations all year long.
But I love that because it shows the impact. And another reason why that was so deserved, not to make it about you, but it's beautiful to see that, because I didn't know in media that it got like that until I really jumped in. I was like, wait, people fighting over sports. Why is fighting over everything?
But you know what? Doing the Super Bowl, doing the first comedy awards with Chris Spencer, it also showed me a different level of media too. Like Detroit media, that's one thing, but that national level of press is totally different. And they have rules and spots, and like it ain't no get it how you live. Like it's ordered, and so you gotta be on your sugar honey iced tea to make sure.
Sometimes, even though when there is order and your name has to be on a list, sometimes even when your name is not on a list, even sometimes when you don't have a credential, I've learned you have to, when they tell you no, you have to find a way to make it anyway. And I've seen
you do that.
And I've
she
seen
will do that.
Zaza. Look. Let me tell you.
What is no? What is that?
Exactly.
You talking about that right now?
Interviewing President Biden, you know, when when it was only for a select few.
You hear me?
Right.
And I'm like, there goes Zaza. She got it.
Exactly.
Listen, President B. Come on up here with y'all now. Let me talk to you right quick.
But we need those authentic Black voices in media to represent the questions that we won't answer. You know, sometimes people go out there, they ask stuff, it's like you said, everybody and it's like, that's cute, but we want to know, and that's something that I appreciate about you too. Like when you get in there, you're asking the questions that matter to us.
Yes.
And that's important, and that's why we deserve to be in those spaces.
Okay.
Whether our name on that list or not, our name on some lists.
Baby, as long as I get on the ultimate list, faithful servants, okay, you made it.
Oh my God.
Bump on the other list. Right.
Let's talk about Detroit culture, because I think you do a fascinating job when it comes to community service and social justice and making sure that people are aware about the important issues in our community, like voting.
Yeah.
And you do a great job with your media brand and personality, being able to connect our community.
Yes.
Because media is supposed to be about informing, right?
Absolutely.
And entertaining, but you bring both things together and bringing entertainment, personality, and connecting our community to the issues that they need to know about.
But you know what? I started doing that at 14. I was a part of Citywide Student Council, and then I was also a part of Michigan Youth in Government. And so what that did, it taught us all of the Robert's Rule theory, and it taught us how to write a bill, and it taught us how to do mandates, how to lobby, all of those different things. And coming from the hood, from Joy Road, from McKenzie, we ain't thinking about no elected official, no voting, you know. But then you understand, oh, wait a minute, we can write laws. Like we can change, like we can use our voice to make some stuff happen. All we got to do is be collective in our efforts. And so I found it to be very important to build those bridges and close those gaps so that our community, if you from the hood and you buying a white t-shirt from the gas station, I need you to understand that this t-shirt was imported from somewhere, which means there are some laws that got it here from the railroad track, that got it from another country that has other laws. And so when you understand how all of that works together, you understand, okay, I'm not just going in a beauty supply store and getting me a pack of hair no more. You understand, I'm not just going into the store to get outfits and clothes, because now all of this stuff is connected. And a lot of times our people don't realize how impactful their voices can be. And I wanted people to understand their power. We have power.
So much.
And if we use that power, man, we'll be a powerful people. When nobody be broke. When the PPPs was out, everybody had bread. When nobody had bread. When nobody shooting nobody. When no violence, when nothing. And so, like, even working with Force Detroit and the Community Violence Leadership Council, right now we're working in District 7, Joy Road, that's my hood. And so I need my people to understand, listen, bullets down, blessings up. We ain't doing this no more. You don't want to fight. Pop say, put him up. Put him up. You ain't a man with the gun in your hand. Put the gun down, son.
Have you also explored being like a comedian, like comedy?
Everybody says that, and you know, once they open up one mic, we gonna see.
Okay.
Oh, we
So I heard they was doing like an amateur night on Tuesdays, and so I've been encouraged to try it. So I don't know.
I'll show up.
Listen, I definitely see what is it Trevor Noah?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know, something like that, because he's informing, but he's finding a way. He also does comedy too. He does stand up as well, and his stand up is a little different. But you're getting stories. He does storytelling, and it's like, dang, this is a very funny story. I feel like you do that.
I mean,
entertaining.
I could though.
I would love that.
You know, I think, you know, I'm open to whatever God has in store for me. Being a teenage mom and going off to college. I had my son July 1st. I got kicked out of Hutzel Hospital July 3rd. I had to be at Bowling Green State University July 5th. So I didn't have time to play no games. And so now that my son is 20, this is the opportunity now that God is allowing me to really step into my purpose and what I was supposed to be doing 20 years ago. And so I'm just grateful that whatever God has in store for me, I'm gonna walk in it. I'm gonna do what you do on your social media when you be walking.
You're so funny.
You gonna have to start tagging the shoe company.
I'm gonna start running me a bag, literally.
Because she be doing that little step thing.
It's a signature.
People be ready. They be like, where you going?
Where the feet going?
Where they going?
Where the feet at?
What room are you in?
What room you about to show us?
But I really love that you explaining kind of like your backstory too, because I remember you talking to me about that when you
Yeah.
were like fully jumping into this like
Yeah.
fully full time.
Yeah.
Right when he was going to college,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yes.
And just to kind of see you expand so much.
No.
It's just beautiful to watch, and I'm just
Thank
so
you.
proud of you.
Thank you.
So proud of you, and I can't wait to see you in all these other places.
I know,
Literally.
me too.
It's so much. It's so
We all
much coming.
excited.
We are just so
Yes.
excited for you.
But you know what? It's a beautiful thing though to see people excel
Mm-hmm.
and evolve. Like when you from the hood and you see people that don't want to move or they see you moving, it's like, babe, all you had to do was just move. Just move.
Yeah.
Just move.
And then it can be baby steps too. None of this stuff happens overnight.
Progress,
Everybody
not
got
perfection.
a story, literally.
What do you see the future of like Detroit?
Oh, I see Detroit being a even bigger mecca. But I think it goes back to the statement of we got to own our power. And what I mean by that is we got to show up in areas where we're usually not there. Like we show up in entertainment, but we need to show up a lot more in other industries and other fields for Detroit. I always say Detroit is the city of the hungry hustlers and starving stars. Because everybody important, everybody famous, everybody got something. But what I would like to see is Detroit really supporting Detroit. Like when you do an event, we all showing up, whether they like you or not.
Right.
Andre, you do an event. We all if you can't make it, you're getting a ticket. You're sharing the information. Like we have to get into the mentality that if we do not do it, it will not get done. Like it won't get done. And other ethnicities understand the value of showing up. And I think our generation is understanding the value of showing up for one another and kicking that bucket mentality. Because I know if I bring you a check, you gonna turn around and bring me a check, which then turn around and bring him a check. Then now he bringing both of us a check.
There we
now
go.
we
And
brought her in, and now we got checks on checks on checks.
And it just keep going. It's a cycle.
Yeah,
That's the thing that people don't understand. It's a cycle. It's gonna make it back around to you.
It will. It will.
Baby.
Every time.
I do want to, for us to come full circle into the media landscape because I mean, you just are. You are a media mogul.
Okay.
But when you think about like when you were like younger or trying to grow into this space in the media landscape, like was like some of the traditional media platforms a goal for you, or are you also now like a lot of us trying to experience and explore what this new media landscape is with social media and podcasting and streaming? Like,
you know what? I grew up listening to Martha Jean the Queen.
My grandmother did too.
And before we were a member of anybody's church was in the car.
Yep.
And my mother wouldn't let us get out the car until after her little music came off. And then we could get out. And I would see how intense my mother was listening. And I always prayed and asked God to allow me to have that type of power and the ability to have that influence positively, to be able to change the trajectory of somebody's life through my voice, through my experiences, through my knowledge, through my wisdom. And so when I saw that at a young age, and then you seeing Ricky Lake and Oprah Winfrey and Sally Jesse Raphael and even Jerry Springer and Montel and Williams, and you see the impact that they're making just having a conversation. Just sharing somebody's story, getting to know somebody. We break so many barriers when we have the conversation. A lot of times we don't want to have a conversation with them. Oh, they don't look. They ain't got it. Listen, I just met a guy last night. Turned out he got a whole airplane, got a whole jet. What?
In the right room.
In the right room.
In the right room.
But had I looked at his afro a little weird, I would have been like, sir, this ain't 1970.
Oh,
but I'm gonna dig this afro because it's
Oh
all
my
it's
God.
rolled up, it's shaped right.
We're getting back to our roots. Exactly.
See, this watch needs to be on somebody's comedy
Exactly.
stand.
Yeah.
If not, build your own.
But yeah, so you take care of those conversations, you have those uncommon conversations, and you build those barriers, you build those bridges, and you close those gaps. And so that was one of the things, watching Martha Jean the Queen have such influence in our city. That was one of my prayers, that I can use my voice and give that wisdom from my life experiences to others.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You have so inspired me, and I think all of us.
Yes, all of us.
I felt even
I'm ready
better
to get
than
to work.
I felt much better going into this day now that we have ended the show with you.
Listen,
No.
okay?
You better come
The
and
last
start.
shall be
Come on,
first.
Yes, yes. I love it. Zaza, y'all, give it up.
Let me give y'all a little shoulder shake.
How can people follow you?
Listen, what up, though, Detroit? You can follow me on all social media platforms. Jaja C. Hubbard. Yes, my mother did name me after that white woman. I just hope I ain't gotta marry 6 men to make her money.
Oh, my God.
And I ain't trying to slap the police either, because it ain't gonna turn out the way it turned out for her.
Okay.
But you can follow me ZSA Hubbard. That is Z as in zebra, S as in Sam, A as in apple. Yes, I'm a real OG Zaza for all of y'all out there smoking on it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Follow me.
It's been so fun. It's been so fun.
So much
Finally.
fun.
we
I
got
know.
it.
Finally.
Finally. We're gonna talk about it
You
for a
gotta come
minute.
back.
So
Listen, I'll be
Yeah.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be about.
Exactly.
absolutely.
And Will.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. This is gonna be a jam-packed weekend, but I think I'm gonna take a nap.
Nap
It's
and
giving
my
a
real
reset.
break
Will be
Yeah,
next.
let's give a
Let's give a
reset.
reset.
Listen, ain't nothing like an adult nap, baby.
Man.
That adult nap,
Yeah, so you can be prepared
I
for
love it.
the later part of the day.
that adult nap and that stand back.
I've been getting hit to stand back.
Wake up as a new person.
I never really used it like that. I
Put it
just
under the
got
tongue.
hit.
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying?
like a little white powder.
Yeah.
It's
That
legal.
sounds wild.
It's so legal.
It's so legal. But we've got to go.
At this point.
Before they turn it
Finally,
off.
finally.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget, if it's Friday, it's
Finally Friday.